Welcome all to another Friday. It's another discussion show with me, Carol Karimi, and we are live on Kings TV. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook at Kings TV, on YouTube at Kings Fraternity, and I've been having so many discussions. Like previously, I talked about drought, child abuse. So today I decided let me talk about media, and with me I do have two amazing guests, and they are going to introduce themselves. Hi.
Hello.
Could you kindly introduce yourself? I'm going to start with you.
Okay, hi everybody. I'm Papi, but you can also call me B. Thanks for having me.
And you, sir?
Okay, Maiwa David. I'm the tutor or the lecturer teaching mass communication, the whole thing about media in Petan's Technical College.
So I would first love to thank you for coming. Thank you for leaving on your post, for agreeing to come. So thank you. We want to know like what is media, what is mass communication. So tell us, what is mass communication?
First of all, before I tell you what is mass communication is very interesting. It's fun doing mass communication, okay? Because as a journalist, as the people in media, we are fair and proud to be journalists because we are very important in our society. Because we act as a watchdog to the society, and we have to update the society on what is happening, when, why. So that's our role. So first of all, when I try to tell you what is mass communication is just a process of creating, sending, analyzing messages into to large audience at all. Yeah.
Well, and when did it emerge?
Okay, mass communication is a we have a history in mass communication. Because before the emergence of radio, TV, okay, we started with print. Okay, print was the first thing ever to be introduced. So the history of mass communication stretches from prehistoric forms, art and writing. So through I have to confirm, I have the facts. So through of art and writing, through basic printing and technology from around 800 AD. So that's after the death of Jesus. Okay, so after printing, then around that time, printing was maybe done monthly. So before you see a newspaper, you can just go. After 1 month, they produce a newspaper, or after 1 month, they produce. So there was no daily newspapers like what you have nowadays. So after that, then they came up with a weekly newspaper. So after 1 week, you can be able to go and purchase a newspaper and get to know what is happening. So the weekly newspaper was introduced around 1455. So 1455, I don't know. So it's very many years ago. Then after the print, then we came to the radio. So radio came after the print. So print was the form of writing was the first thing that was introduced. Then after that, then radio. So radio, the first I've talked about. I've talked about the printing press in 1455. Then the first weekly. I think I've made a mistake here. The invention of the first monthly, or I have talked about monthly newspaper. It was introduced by invention of Gutenberg printing press in around 1455. Then the first weekly printed newspaper in Antwerp, it was introduced in 1605. Then after printing, then we came to the radio. So the radio was introduced by this person called Marconi in 1895. Then after Marconi introduced radio, he was then the upcoming of television by John Logier Baird in 1925. So radio was introduced around 1895. So it is a very long time ago. So radio. Then we come to the television. It's just another thing which came just the other day here. So 1925, it's not long time ago. Then after the introduction of TV, then now we come to the mambo ya internet and social media. So hii watu wengi walikuwa wamezaliwa 1990s, I guess. Okay, so the first internet thing and about social media thing, wide web, was introduced in 1990 by this man called Tim Berners.
So
we have history.
and Another question.
Yeah.
What impact of mass communication do the society gain from?
Okay, due to its new fast growth, it can actually influence a lot of people to changing their beliefs and behaviors, and also their culture and everything that they believe in. And it's also due to the way it enhances the needs to go fast. It's able to introduce a lot of things to the society.
About the emergence of media. So the newspaper, was it reaching like everybody?
No. At that time, we talk. Let me bring the kind of sociology here. When you're talking about sociology, we're talking about the study of society. And we have these people who came up with sociology, and there's this person we call alikuwa anaitwa Karl Marx. Unajua kitambo, when you go back to kitambo, there was this thing of haves and have not. But people were not well educated; they never knew about this. So when talking about newspaper at that time, it was mostly used by the rich people. Okay, people from the humble background, they were not able to be able to purchase even newspaper. They don't know they didn't have any chance to be able to know what is happening. Yeah.
Oh, well, another question.
Okay.
So, what is new media?
Okay, new media. Okay, new media. Mostly, we're talking when you're talking is any media from newspaper articles and blogs to music and podcast that are delivered digitally. So then as we continue and trying to explain more about new media, so examples of new media is like blogs. Okay, we're talking about, it's mostly about emails, social media platforms. Okay, so when talking about the new media, new media is all about internet, about their blogs. Nowadays, new media is something that can be able to find on the internet and can be able to you can easily share with other people. Like blogs, if you want to, blog is a type of a new media. When talking about podcast is a type of a new media. Then what else? We're talking about social media. Facebook, WhatsApp is a type of new media.
Is there old media?
There's no old media, because we're talking about old media. We refer back to the radio and the emergence of types of newspaper where it began. So we are just old media is when we're talking the emergence of mass communication of the media itself, how it started. Then new media is just the emergence of social media platform, etc.
So the society has gained a lot from new media, right?
Okay, according to the facts, around from 20, I think, according to the facts, in 2018, about 4 billion people were able to access the social media. Okay, so right now we can be able to say that a lot of people, they have access to the social media. Okay, because nowadays you can find even a very, very young person, so they have the knowledge of social media. These are all things about new media.
Okay, do you have anything else to add?
Okay, like for the blogs, it actually helps the youths a lot. Like you can see like someone like Akinadi Pluto, that he's able to entertain us. No, I think the new media has a very good impact to the youths. Yeah.
Well, we are going to take a short break. When we come back, we are going to talk about the advantages, because obviously you have advantages, disadvantages, the role that the government is playing, right?
Yeah.
So guys, we are talking about media, mass communication and all that. So when we come back after the break, we are going to talk about the advantages, so many things. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook at Kings TV, on YouTube at Kings Fraternity. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. Remember, we are live on Kings TV. Also, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, as always, at Kings TV, on YouTube at Kings Fraternity. And before I go on with all these, the advantages, the disadvantages, I have one question for you.
Yes.
So, do you ever regret being a tutor about media and mass communication?
First of all, and I began when I was introducing myself, I said media is love. Media is passion. Okay, I love being a journalist. I love being the tutor, training people to be journalists, the media experts. So that's my thing. I love doing what I'm doing. Yeah.
And why teach? Yeah. Petans.
Okay. Why teaching Petans? I cannot be able to tell you exact why I'm in Petans and teaching, because I just find myself here teaching mass communication. Okay, even me, I never thought in my life that one day I'm going to be a teacher or to be a tutor, because that is something that I never liked. Okay, so I just find myself being a tutor, because when I completed my studies in campus, so I was that kind of a person. So unajua ile hopes na kwa za campus jana malize ninge kazi media, so I was hoping to just go direct to the media and doing this what I love. So but I did find myself in I think hiyo ni mambo ya Mungu. Unajua everything happens with a purpose. So I did find myself in Petans Technical College, whereby it is the best technical college ever, by the way. So did find myself just teaching, and I love. By the way, it was my first time teaching mass communication, and then so I love teaching. Right now I love teaching because it has enabled me to gain more experience about media. So I know how media works, everything about media. And then what I love most is training someone like you. Okay, when I train someone like you and I make you like a good journalist to the society, you will be able to tell people what is happening. You'll be the watchdog to the society. That's my happiness. I'm very proud about that.
So you never had any other course in mind?
No. By the way, when I was growing up, unajua when back in primary, unajua watu wengi kama sisi, we never knew what we want to be in life. Okay, I remember my dad telling me, "Oh, my son, I want you to be a mechanic." Okay, so when I was around standard 8, I knew that my dad wants me to be a mechanic. Okay, then I went to high school. I had my grandpa promised me, because my grandpa was a former Kenya Air Force. So my grandpa promised me that I'm going to take you to the Kenya Air Force, the army. So I was proud after Form 4, just going to the army. Then, Mungu naye ni nani? When I was in Form 3, my grandpa passed. So I have no one to take me to the army. So that's when the passion of media. So I realized that I'm going to have passion for media when I was in Form 3. Okay, because I loved listening to radio. I was a fan of radio. Then I have my mentors from the radio. So I loved listening to the radio. Yeah, at that time TV tuko tunawatch sana, because tuko Form 3, we have to focus on the studies. So I loved listening to the radio. So then at that time, when ukikuja high school letu, I was a compact private at that time. So when I was wearing that sleeveless piri, so I was nilianza hii maneno kitambo, nilikuwa nimedesign something then ninaweka hapa hivi kwa sleeveless yangu naandika journalist Maiwa. So this is something that started very long time ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you love media?
Yeah, I love media.
In what way?
Okay, it entertains me and also gives platform to everything that I do. And also, like you said, media is love. You cannot do anything right now without the media. If you want to know anything, just the media is there for you. Media is everything right now.
By the way, guys, this man over here is my mentor. He's the one who has made me to be where I am today. And I'm so much grateful. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You must welcome.
Okay, so tell us the advantages and the disadvantages of media as a whole. Let's start with the advantages.
Advantages, So media has a lot of advantages in our society. First of all, we use media to educate. Okay, we use media to entertain. We use media to inform. So media, it has a lot of, I think it has a lot of advantages than disadvantages, I guess, but my colleague here is going to tell us more about disadvantages. So first of all, the most advantage about media is to educate, because most of the time we will go to our television, we can find programs that our children can be able to watch and educate themselves. It informs us what is happening. Like everyone, I do know that you watch news, you read newspapers, you get to inform what is happening. Like what is happening right now in Russia and Ukraine. You cannot find it anywhere else. Apart from the media, the social media, that is the new media, the internet. So entertainment to inform people and etc.
And the disadvantages.
Okay, for the disadvantages, I started like the papers, like when you said the newspapers, they're geographically limited. Like people who are out of country, they're not able to get those papers like the way we get here in towns. Like the information that we get is not the same that they get. And also the TVs, they are not able to get it. Also the internet, it's not able to reach the places that they are in. And also some content that is shown in the internet, it's not that good for people that are underage, like for kids. So the content most of the time, like nowadays, the content that they showcase is not that suitable for everybody. That's why even when a program is starting, they say PG, like parental guidance is advised. But also parents, they don't even ask when you watch those kind of things also. And also it also increases the individualism. Like not everyone, like when there is something going on, not everyone will be able to be shown that there's something going on in this kind of place. But when someone who is well known to the society, well known in the country, or even internationally, their news is able to be brought in front of people in everything, in any social media platform. Yeah.
There's this newspaper. They only talk about animals. So why do they do that? Why don't they focus?
It's according to the obvious. This kind of newspaper you cannot find it in Kenya. So it's only found in Britain, that is the UK. And it's something that was being done a long time ago. I don't know right now if they still have that newspaper that covers, I think it covers about animals, about women, and babies. There's no men, so I don't know where men. So I don't understand. But it is every media, they have their own content on how they want to impress. When in media we do everything for the audience. The audience are the most important people in media. So, according to them, talking about pets, when you go to other countries, these Western countries, they take care of pets, these animals. It's not like here in Africa, utapata kijana anatembea anaona that is a dog achukua mawe na gonga. In UK you cannot try such a thing, You can even be jailed. So according to them, I think they find that is the best content for them to be able to talk more about women, talk about children, and to talk about animals. So it's according to their standard. So they prefer us talking about animals, when you come to media, it's all about creativity. So according to them, they see that when talking about animals, that's the thing that it's going to make a lot of people to be able to get to know more about animals, and then they are going to attract like most audience whom they don't know more about different kind of animals, then they get to read it from their articles.
Even the sizes. Like in India, I see the size of that gazette, that newspaper. It's longer, not like ours. So that's their creativity.
Yeah, so I have told you, it's according to their content. So they prefer, this is their content, this is good to the society, it's good to our audience. And if the audience are not complaining, who are we to complain?
Oh.
Okay, it's all about the audience. If the audience are complaining, then they have to change it. But if the audience are not complaining, it's okay. It's all about their content. Okay.
And what role does the government play in media? Because it has a huge play. Okay. So what does it do? Or what does it help?
First of all, when talking about the roles that the government play in media, so first of all, the government ensures that it has to ensure that the citizens make responsible. They have to make sure that the citizens are responsible. They are well informed. Okay, they are well informed rather than acting out of ignorance or misinformation. Okay, so the role here, when I'm trying to explain that point, is the big role of the government to make sure that the kind of information that being aired from our media or from our media is well informed, and then the information is not there to give false information to the audience. Yeah, so that's the first point. Then it's also government serves as checking function by ensuring that elected representatives uphold their oaths of office and carry out the wishes of those who elected them. Okay, so when you come to Kenya, like right now, we have this we can call it what, E-Union Nasimamia, like the media at large, inaitwa media society, inaitwa I think it's media society, media society of Kenya. So at that on that in that union, you have different people who are being elected there. So it's the role of the media to make sure that these people who are elected there, they are performing their role, their responsibility accordingly. So then obvious, then also the government plays a role of providing critics and debates to ensure that information is tested, that examined from all points of view. So it's also the role of media to provide debates to different media to make sure that all the information it's being tested, and yeah. Then I think my colleague can finish the other two.
And also the media provides a platform where the politicians can showcase their ideologies on everything that they are doing. And also during swearing in of some of the politicians that we have chosen, the government plays a good role in expressing themselves, their views in everything that they are doing or they are planning to do for us as the citizens during the media.
Oh. Is there another role? They're just
The roles are so many. If you start explaining them, you can be able to finish.
Okay, so before we go to the contribution of MassCom, how it helps, so I would like to talk to my fellow audience, fellow students. If you are looking for a place to go to study, go to Petan's Institute of Business Studies. They do have so many courses like mass communication, automotive engineering, hospitality, fashion and design, and all that. So if you're looking for a place to go there, enroll. Intake is ongoing. So let's talk about the contribution. So what contribution does communication or mass communication help the society?
Okay, when talking about contribution of mass communication to the society, is like the advantages of mass communication to the society, because media is there, obvious, to persuade the people. Okay, remember the big role of the media is to act as the watchdog to the society. So the media is there to persuade the society, get the society to be able to know what is happening, what is happening. Okay, so to persuade the society. Then another thing is to create another contribution to the society of media. It creates employment to the people. Okay, it creates employment. That's the thing. Let's say, for example, we have a media here. Okay, so who are the first people who are going to benefit? The people who are surrounding this media house. So it is going to then we have so many students who are in campuses, colleges, training to be journalists. Where are they going to find a job? From the media, yes? So it provides, that's another contribution to the media. It provides employment to the society. Then we have, obvious, it promotes political ideology. Okay. Wacha nikunywe maji kwanza. It promotes political ideologies. I think I have said that word vizuri, ideologies. Okay. Then mass communication aims at persuading people to bring change in their belief. Obvious, mass communication, we have different, when talking, obvious, another thing, contribution of media to the society, it educates the people. Okay, because when you go to the TV, we have many people who are suffering with depression nowadays. They are going through a lot. Then there are these programs, they are on TV, radio. They can be able to listen. Then they can be able to change what they are thinking about themselves. Okay, those kind of things. So media brings many contribution to our society today. Because without media, our society, I don't think what would happen in our society.
Oh, okay. And okay, let's talk about these issues. Like when journalists, when they go to an event, and then maybe a fight occurs. So, where are we being humiliated sometimes?
It depends. Okay, a fight comes. As a journalist, I always tell my student, being a journalist, you are like a police officer. Okay, you are like a police officer. So journalists are happy when something happens because they know they are going to get news from fair, reports from fair. So if a fight happens, you have to take care of yourself, and then you tell the people. Remember, you act as the watchdog to the society. You have to tell us what is happening in that event. So at the same time, you find yourself being in charge, but in the line of duty. So you have to provide the information to the people. Okay, so long as obvious when something occurs, there are police there. So long as we have the press card, okay, and then we have this Media Law Society of Kenya, which protects the journalists. Okay, so the moment you are registered, then you're on the line of duty. Nothing bad is going to happen to you because you have heard about these terrorists. You have heard big journalists from big houses. They are even going there trying to interview these terrorists. Okay, but nothing bad happens to them because they are on the line of duty. You have to inform us what is happening.
So, like this journalist who went missing,
okay,
an investigative journalist. So, me.
okay, as I have said, journalists, they are like police officers. Being a journalist, you are criticizing the big people. You are covering. Mostly being an investigative journalist. When talking about investigative journalists, you are like a CID. You knock every single door for you to be able to get information. So maybe you find yourself trying to investigate this certain story about this mafia, this cartel. Then this person have a lot of money, is rich. Okay, then you'll find yourself missing because you are at risk. When you be an investigative journalist, okay, you put yourself at risk. You put your family at risk. So nile inakuwa 50-50. Mungu nilinde. Okay, because at the end of the day you are performing your duty. So and you have to tell the people the truth about this person or these people, what is happening. So yeah, it's like that. So you are like a police officer. You never know what is going to happen. Yeah.
Okay, so our time is over.
Okay.
So before I wind up the show, so I would love to give each and every one of you 2 minutes. Talk. Obviously, the target audience is the young journalists out there. So just tell them something, and don't forget to tell us your social handles.
Okay, let's start with the lady. We'll land up.
Okay, thank you for having me today. I'm glad. And also to the young journalists, that they are coming journalists. Journalism, like journalists, you are the pride of the society. Without you people, you don't know how we can do this. You guys are the pride of the society. So don't shut yourself off. Don't shut yourself out. This is a great job that you guys are doing. Like when you say you are going missing in action, that's people are getting to know you by the way. Utakuwa famous. So you are our pride. Yeah. And we are glad we have you in our lives and in our society.
Your social media handles.
Okay, everywhere you'll find me at Papi B, that is capital P, A-P-P-Y, then space, capital B, E-A, or at Be the Poet. Yeah.
Be the poet. I love singing. Okay, you can add me 1 minute from those 2 minutes.
Okay.
Media is, I started saying, media is very sweet. Media is love. Being in media is fun. Okay, so if you are a young person and you have passion doing media, and usidanganywe na mtu atakuna kazi, in media you can employ yourself so long as you are creative, because when talking about new media, blogs, this media, okay, creating, making short clips, etc, this media, okay. So mtu asikudanganya there's no jobs. Media is big. Okay, so if you have a passion about being a journalist, you want to be just journalist, just join our institution, Petams Technical College. We train the best. Okay, then as I have said, media is, if I start explaining about media is passion. Media is a big thing. Okay, so just if you have that passion, being a media journalist, videographer, photographer, graphic designer, okay, being a radio presenter, tusisahau what radio is, according to what we have seen, radio is something that emerged long time ago. Being a radio presenter, okay, you just join us, then you're going to train you and follow your passion, okay, usidanganywe na mtu. And my social media accounts, you can be able to follow me on Facebook. On Facebook I have 2 accounts. The other one I have official one, ingine ya Jokers. So I'll give you the official one. So the official one is Maiwa David. Then you can go to Twitter at Maiwa David _Davido Danboy. Then IG, I'm Maiwa David. Unaweza nifuata huko pia. I'm in Telegram. Okay, Maiwa David. Username ni the Big Bazoo. I'm not in TikTok and I'm not in Snapchat. Those are not my thing. Okay, follow me there. We talk more about media. We'll be able to talk more about media, get to know more about media, then tutasaidiana. Yes.
So guys, that was our show for today, all about mass communication. So if you want to do media, have passion. Don't come to this course if you just want to do it. So I've been your host, Carol Karimi. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook at Kings TV, on YouTube at Kings Fraternity. Let's talk more. Yeah, I don't have any social media handles, so you'll just find me there. Kings TV on YouTube. So let's talk more. Send us your comments, everything, the topics you want us to talk about, and we'll be here to deliver it to you. So thank you so much for keeping it locked, for being with me till the time I started. Now I'm leaving. So see you next Friday. Adios.